What's happening, good people? How we doing? How we doing? Welcome back. This is Tuesday morning. This is April 1st, Tuesday morning. Forewarning, I have only had about 3 sips of coffee this morning. So, yes, you guys are in the mud, in the trenches with me from the very beginning. Before we get started, we'll put some music on. Again, seriously, not a lot of coffee yet. Just woke up about 20 minutes ago. So I am literally waking up as I speak. Let me find my track here. Okay. So we're gonna put some music on and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it, y'all. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna try anyways. We're gonna try. And it's a reason why I'm kind of moving at a faster pace this morning. I gotta be in Colombia. And my video is locked up again. Okay. All right. Let me pause this real quick. Alrighty. Okay, let's go. Alright, let me turn the music up a little bit. Oh boy. Alright. I'm gonna just start it off right here, man. Let me make this green. We're gonna start it off right here. Okay. Alright. Some think it was the medicine that caused her to take a turn for the worst. What once gave her enough vigor to perform, now made her lethargic, too sleepy, and worn out to function during the day. Suge would oftentimes awaken to find his mother wandering aimlessly throughout the house at night. One prescription had to be countered by another. The new prescription had to be countered by some other experimental prescription. Okay. Let me see, I may have to move that around a little bit. Excuse me. All right. Excuse me. All right. Some think it was the medication. All right, let me turn that down. No, it's too loud now. Some think it was the medicine that caused her to take a turn for the worse. What once gave her enough vigor to perform, now made her lethargic, too sleepy, and worn out to function during the day. One prescription had to be countered by another, comma. And the new prescription had to be countered by some other experimental prescription. All right. Suge would oftentimes awaken to find his mother wandering aimlessly throughout the house at night. Soon, Suge found himself. Wait a minute, I said that. Suge would oftentimes awaken to find his mother wandering aimlessly throughout the house at night. Soon, Suge found himself going back and forth trying to keep up with the latest cure for what was thought to be severe depression. He, along with his mother, he, along with his mother, he, along with his mother and daughter. I am so hot right now, y'all. I gotta let some of this heat escape. Alright. One prescription had to be countered by another, and the new prescription had to be countered by some other experimental pill. Suge would oftentimes awaken at night to find his mother wandering aimlessly throughout the house. He, along with his mother and daughter, Penny, were constantly going back and forth trying to keep up with the latest cure for what was thought to be severe depression. It sounds better. Though he was there at the party having a moderately good time, his thoughts were on her and now a troubled son who'd come back in town for the worst of reasons. There was also his daughter-in-law, a woman who never saw her life turning out the way it did. Left with 2 children, she could not have seen the spinning. There was no way. Let me see. There was also his daughter-in-law, a woman who never saw her life turning out the way it did. Left with 2 children, she could not have predicted the spinning meteor of verbal abuse. Fruit fly. Got him. Left with 2 children, she could not have seen the spinning meteor of verbal abuse that came from a man she still adored. Left with 2 children, she could not have seen the spinning. Let's just say abuse, spinning meteor of abuse that came from a man she still adored. I want to say abuse, but I don't want to say manipulation. Let's say that. It's better. Manipulation that came from a man. It's plus manipulation and man. Meteor, manipulation, man. That kind of dips in and out of the M. You know what I mean? Sometimes those phonetic sounds can make a read easier. Left with 2 children, she could not have seen the spinning meteor of manipulation that came from a man. I may even go a little bit deeper with this. Okay, left with 2 children. Left with 2 children in an abyss of debt. Left with 2 children in an abyss of debt she could not have seen, she could not have predicted. She could not have predicted. How do you spell predicted? Predicted. Predicted. What I'm saying. Predicted. She could not have predicted. She could not have predicted the spinning meteor of manipulation that came from a man she still adored. Nah. Anyways, left with 2 children. I mean, I don't have to say that. I don't have to get too fancy. I'm not trying to be too fancy. I was gonna put space in there, astronaut. No, I'm going with my instincts on this. My instinct says don't worry about all that. This is Bajillion 135, by the way. I think I said yesterday was 30. I don't know. I got the number mixed up, but maybe it was the day before yesterday. Anyways, this is 135. Left with 2 children, she could not have predicted the spinning meteor of manipulation that came from a man she still adored. What no one knew that night is that things were about to take a turn for the very worst. Is it? No, let's say worse. I think it's worse. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's worse. Worst with the T is comparing one thing to another or one thing to other things. No one but the spirit thing. Oh, wait a minute. No one but the spirit thing. The one now there at the picnic table, invisible to the naked eye, but so present. The one now at the picnic table, invisible to the naked eye, but so present and patiently sitting by Jacob's side. Yes, Jacob. It was there next to Jacob, refusing to move. Are you sure? Asked Hank as he took a sip of his wife's lemonade. I may have to start this whole chapter over again just to see where I'm at, because I don't want it to be too I don't want it to go too wild, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can have I guess you can compare this story to a wild horse that you're trying to tame. You can tame it and you can ride it, but I think stories, especially stories like this, you got to stay on top of it. If you don't, it could buck, and next thing you know, it's out back in the wilderness, and you got to go find it again and bring it back and try to break it again and all this stuff. You know what I mean? The story is not done until it's in a book form, and even then, you can look. A lot of writers are scared to even go back and read their own stuff. Are you sure? Asked Hank as he took a sip of his wife's lemonade. Yeah, this is it. I know my stuff, Hank. Yeah, this is it. I know my stuff, Hank, Suge replied. Hell, just look around. He added, motioning his mouth to get a better taste. Henry did take a look at those there at the celebration. Wait a minute, didn't he already taste it? As the taste grew more familiar, what he was noticing convinced him that the drink in the punch bowl was for sure mixed with the concoction Suge had made for his son to take back to New Jersey. As the music and lights continued, he saw that the most religious two at the party, Mr. and Mrs. Albertson, were dancing to Juvenile's Back That Thing Up. Alright, so I gotta ease into that. As the music and lights continued, he saw the evidence. He saw evidence. He saw evidence. He saw undoubtedly. He saw without doubt. He saw without doubt evidence that that solidified. He saw evidence that solidified. I'm learning how to spell, y'all. Y'all gotta bear with me. Solidified is spelled. Solid is the root word. Solid. Pause just for a second, y'all. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm back. As the music and lights continued, he saw without doubt evidence that solidified Suge's claim. The most one of the most worldly song played. Mr. and Mrs. Albertson were dancing to it. We're dancing along on beat with it as though they were in their early 20s at their first freak Nick. How you spell freak Nick? Freaknik. Yeah, I was right. Well, anyways, this is Juvenile's Back That Thing Up. The worldliest song played while the while one of the worldliest songs played. Mr. and Mrs. Albertson were dancing along on beat. We're dancing along on beat. In rhythm. On beat with it as though they were in their early 20s. In their early 20s at their first Freaknik. Juveniles backed that thing up. Was the song. As though they'd heard and danced. This is the deal. This is the deal. This is the deal, man. The coffee is starting to go through my veins a little bit. I gotta tell you straight up and down. This is the deal. This is writing. And I'm waiting on my tribe to show up. When they show up, they'll show up in droves. Is that the right word? Droves? Yes, my tribe. Siri, what does droves mean? A herd, yeah. When they show up, they'll show up in droves. 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 I'm waiting. I'm here waiting. And the thing is, my viewership right now is so low. I don't care who's watching because it's only me and one other person. Okay, shout out to that one other person too. God bless you. And in the future, when it's a lot more than just you, God bless y'all too. Anyways, it's been 23 minutes. All right, okay. As the music and lights continued, he saw without doubt evidence that solidified Suge's claim. While one of the worldliest songs played, Mr. and Mrs. Albertson were dancing along on beat with it. I love writing, man. I do. Writing is this, man. I done made so many comparisons, but writing is this. This is gonna sound weird, but writing is this. I don't know how to explain it, man. I don't want to say it wrong, but I used to get my butt whooped when I was a kid, and I know if you are Generation X, you probably got your butt whooped too. A lot of y'all. Writing is getting your butt whooped. You know what's gonna happen, but I don't know. Imagine after your butt whooping, like a lot of us did. We used to go to sleep when we were little kids. Get your butt whooped, go to sleep, and you have the best sleep in the world. You wake up, it's like, oh wow. I don't know what it did to us, but imagine getting your butt whooped, but going into the best sleep ever. Like that's not really a good comparison, man. I don't know how to explain it. I love writing. I love building worlds. I love, now this is going to sound kind of crazy, but I love playing God when it comes to building my own world. I love that. That's it. I love that. I love being the person who's putting this thing together. I just love it. That's what I love. I love it. I love publishing. And the thing is, I'm being completely honest with you right now. When I first started writing, when I'm talking like earliest memories of writing, like 9 years old, third grade, writing a story called The Black Knight. Third grade now, 9 years old, 9 years old, writing a story called The Black Knight. And I'm talking about black as in his race, knight as in medieval times. And then the three characters is me, my uncle who's 3 years older than me, and my cousin who's like a year and a half, 2 years older than me. Those are the three characters in the book, or in the story. That's my third grade class. And just that alone, that's one of my earliest memories. And then it was, before that, it was writing letters to my aunts and uncles who were in New York, Brooklyn, Harlem, and for my birthday, so I could get a birthday present or Christmas for a Christmas present. I found that magical. Those are my earliest memories, of writing. And then I kind of like, in my early 20s, I got a family, and I got to give credit to my wife. I told her one day in California, we were living in California. She's, from California. So, and I told her one day, she asked me what I like to do. I said, I like to write. Well, she said, write a book. When she said that, I thought to myself, but this, because we didn't really know each other like that yet. I was like, she got jokes. She got jokes. Really, she got jokes. I really took offense to it. I thought she was like really, really tripping. I thought she was making fun of me in a crazy kind of way, but she was serious. So I give her credit for that. If it wasn't for that, maybe I didn't have the confidence in writing a book. But getting back to what I was saying, in my early 20s when we moved to South Carolina, which is where I'm from, early 20s, 2000, the year was 2000. Writing became, okay, I got these 3 babies. I got a house. I got a wife who doesn't work. She was working part-time sometimes, but for the most part, she stayed home and kept the babies. And we were completely broke, y'all. And this is my confession. Completely broke. Matter of fact, I'm looking at, on my wall, we painted some goldfish. This is when the internet was just getting big and everything. We were going to sell paintings to make extra money. I'm looking at 2 goldfish paintings. I'm so glad we did not sell those paintings. Thank you, Lord. We still got them. Those paintings are 25 years old. She did one and I did one. But getting to my point again, I started writing that time to make money. That's why I started writing that time. So that's that. And I admit it. That's why I started writing, to make money. Now it's come back to that little 9-year-old boy or that little 6-year-old boy who's just writing because I love it now. Just saying that just now, I felt, the hairs on the back of my neck just stood up. Just saying that now, I'm back to this is what I like to do because I don't need the money. If the money comes, it comes. If it don't, it don't. If the people come watch the videos, that's good. If they don't, they don't. I like doing this. I absolutely love doing this. April 1st, 2025. That's my confession. It's been 29 minutes. I wanted to write a little bit more, but you just heard the ding. Y'all know what that means. That's work related, but we're going to pick it up right here tomorrow. We're going to pick it back up here in the green tomorrow. We got some work done. That's my stomach growling, so I got to go eat. Yeah, that's where we're going to pick it back up, y'all. We may even go up a little bit further, but we'll see. Let me see. I want to go back to when Suge really finds out that, okay, I just took a sip of my own drink here. What's going on, But yeah, we'll pick it back up here tomorrow. Y'all be blessed. This is Anthony L. Kelly. Till next time. Till tomorrow. I'm out. Oh, hit that like. Leave a comment. Share these videos. And if you are part of this tribe, stick around because it's going to be one hell of a ride, man. I'm telling you. You won't regret it. God bless. I'm out.